Welcome to Rantasaurus, Star Wars Edition. My name is Torrance Davis, and I'm here to talk about Episode 7. But before I begin, I want to let you guys know that I absolutely love the entire Star Wars universe. I love all the movies, everything from Episode 1 to Episode 7. I can tell you that there are movies that have flaws. Episode 1 has a flaw. A flaw. Episode 7 has many flaws, an entire list of flaws. And in the whole Star Wars universe, of all the Star Wars movies I've ever seen, Episode 1 is the worst for me. But I still love it. Episode 7 is the second worst. But I still love it. And I'm about to tell you why Episode 7 is the second worst. I first saw Star Wars when I was 7 years old in the theater. I saw all the original trilogy, the special editions, and I saw all the Star Wars movies in the theater. Being 7 years old, you don't even understand. Like a lot of you younger cats that didn't get to see it on the big screen, you saw it on DVD or HBO or whatever, and you loved it, but you don't understand what it was like being in the 70s and seeing some shit like this on the big screen. You just don't get it. Okay, it's just... And anybody that was born in the 70s that saw it on the big screen, you know what I'm talking about. But my mom had to convince me to go see the movie because she went and saw it, and I didn't want to go see it, and she talked me into go seeing it, and I was like, oh my fucking God, I was blown away. Same thing with Raiders of the Lost Ark. I didn't want to go see it. She talked me into see it. I went and saw it. I was blown away. Ironically, they were both George Lucas films, and these films changed my life forever. They changed my life. It was like there was this whole new world out there for me. This was like, these movies came out, they really weren't blockbuster films. They had action movies, comedies, but they weren't like this. Blockbuster. Lines going a half a mile around the fucking corner of people waiting to see Star Wars. It's just unfucking real. So anyway, I love all the films. People always say that Empire Strikes Back is the best film. Empire Strikes Back is fucking awesome. But I hate choosing best, but if I was to say which one was the best film, I'd say Episode 4, because Episode 4 started it all. It started this fucking industry. Without Episode 4, we wouldn't have fucking Lord of the Rings. We wouldn't have all these special effects. I mean, we probably had the special effects, but Lucas pioneered a lot of this stuff. He pioneered a way of filmmaking that people still use to this day. Without Episode 4, there would be no Star Wars universe. There would be no underwear, no Happy Meals, no fucking toys, no fucking cartoons, no video games. Episode 4 started it all. It changed many of our lives. It turned a lot of us into fucking geeks. So Episode 4, I'd say, is the best movie. My favorite, Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi, that battle, that space battle they have in Return of the Jedi, was the best motherfucking battle ever caught on the big screen, ever filmed on the big screen. Period. Period. When you see that huge motherfucking calamari cruiser do a 180 to avoid getting too close to the Death Star, that shit just blew my mind. All those ships said, oh shit, they did a one, and I was watching this in my mind, I'm in the theater going, oh my fucking God, did you see that? Because I was a kid that grew up watching Star Blazers, and Star Blazers had all these space battles. So when I saw this shit in live action on the big screen, I lost my fucking mind. Okay? We can't repel firepower of that magnitude. I could watch that scene over and over and over and over again, and it never gets old. Never gets old. In all the other Star Wars, they have not been able to recreate that in any Star Wars movie. They just haven't been able to do it. I fucking love that movie. So anyway, yeah, I loved Empire Strikes Back. I loved them all. And I was pissed at the end of Empire Strikes Back because I'm like, so I'm into Star Wars. I'm this kid. I'm growing up. I'm now 10 years old. I understand that it took 3 years for Empire Strikes Back to come out because that's how long it takes to make a Star Wars movie. And I'm sitting in the theater and Han Solo gets frozen in carbonite. I'm like, oh, Luke's got to rescue Han Solo. They got to rescue Han Solo. Cool. And I'm enjoying the movie. Luke fights Vader, loses a hand, falls down the shaft, and they go away, and Han Solo gets taken by Slave One. I'm like, okay, so they got to go find Boba Fett and get Han Solo. And the movie ends. I was like, what? Are you like this? Everybody, yay! They're clapping, and I'm sitting there. Imagine a giant fucking theater, Cinema 57, downtown Boston. All these people, all these seats clapping, yay! And I'm sitting here like, are you fucking kidding me? And I didn't say, are you fucking kidding me? Because I didn't even curse when I was 10 years old. I was almost in tears. I'm like, are you kidding me? I have to wait 3 more years to see them rescue Han Solo. I have to wait 3 years for this to happen. What the fuck? It's like, oh my god, this is a cliffhanger. This is those cliffhangers they used to talk about in those old movies, but, you know, it didn't take that long for you to see the rest of the cliffhanger. This is the cliffhanger that lasted 3 years. I was like so sad. It's like all this shit had happened. The movie was fucking incredible and all this, and I'm fucking pissed because I gotta wait 3 years to see the conclusion. And I didn't even know they were like trilogies. I didn't know Empire Strikes Back was coming out. At the end of Star Wars, I'm like, oh, Vader went spinning off into space. Cool, it's over. That's it. There was no trilogy. I didn't know there was going to be a new movie. Then boom, Empire Strikes Back. I'm like, holy shit, this is another Star Wars film. Great. So now I'm seeing this. I'm like, Han Solo's frozen carbonite. I guess this is going to be in the Star Wars film. And I'm like, that's 3 more fucking years I got to wait. I was 10 years old. I'm like, by the time I see Return of the Jedi, I'm going to be a teenager. I'm going to be 1 year away from high school. What the fuck? My favorite film, Return of the Jedi. Okay? Now, let me tell you, first, before I get knee deep into episode 7, real quick, episode 1, people say, I hated episode 1 because Jar Jar Binks was in it. He ruined the film. Fuck you, okay? The reason why people don't like episode 1 is because it has horrible pacing. Just horrible pacing. You went and you saw it. Episode 4, it was like bam, 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 bam. All this shit was happening. I'm going to Tashi's to pick up some converters and boom, boom, boom. All this shit. It's just like, oh my god. It's just throwing this stuff at you. You're like, what is this? Episode 1's like, okay, cool. Special effects. CG creatures, cool. And then you get the first Jedi fight, and you get that badass motherfucking pod race. And then you get that fight at the end with Darth Maul. And that sound and that Doppler effect and everything that movie had that was cool that nobody ever talks about. However, the pacing was bad. You didn't care about the Republic and all their fucking political bullshit. You didn't care about fucking Anakin at fucking 10 years old and his fucking mother on Tatooine. No, none of that shit mattered. That whole movie was there to introduce all these new characters, introduce Anakin as a kid, introduce Queen Amidala, young Obi-Wan Kenobi, Qui-Gon Jinn, all these characters. It was introducing all these characters to set up the rest of the trilogy. Because these characters are going to be in the rest of the trilogy. That's all that movie was. It was filler. If I were to do Phantom Menace myself, I would have got rid of all that crap. I would have kept the pod race, kept the Jedi fight. I would have made Anakin older. I would have made him like 13, 14, or whatever, a teenager. I would have made that movie about his training. I would have been more deep into the Jedi training, kind of like they did in Empire Strikes Back, but even deeper. And then it would have been, it fixed the pacing, and it would have been a solid movie. But whatever. It's Lucas's body of work. I respect it. It is what it is. I still love the movie. Episode 3, which is my 3rd worst film. Okay, this is Revenge of the Sith. Darkest Star Wars film in the history of Star Wars films. It's very dark. You just can't argue it's the darkest film out of all of them. It's just full of death and slaughter and killing. It's the darkest fucking film. The movie was great up until the Darth Vader turn. Okay? Now, I have been invested into this series for pretty much my entire life. And being invested in a series, you learn the lore and everything. By now we know that fear and hatred and all this stuff, you go to the dark side. But we didn't know how. None of it made sense. It's like, okay, what happens? How do you go over to the dark side? So you got Anakin, 1 second, he's telling Obi-Wan how much he loves him and how grateful he is for everything he's done for him and how he brought him up and taught him everything about the Jedi. And then with a blink of an eye, he's like, I hate you, Obi-Wan, and he's killing fucking Jedi younglings and all this other bullshit. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Like, what happened to him to turn him to the dark side? There was no catalyst. He goes in there and he fucking slices off Mace Windu's arm and kicks him out the window, and which is a big mistake. But okay, so now you're on the dark side because you fucked up. Now all of a sudden you hate Obi-Wan because it doesn't make any sense. There was no growth. There was no development. Yeah, we saw a little bit of that when he slaughtered the Sand People that killed his mom. But that was a catalyst. His mom died, made him angry. He slaughters the Sand People. Nothing happened to piss him off, to get him to start slaughtering younglings, and nothing happened. Mace Windu was melting his face, but nothing had happened yet. I mean, so if I were to, like, all Lucas had to do was one change in this film. All he had to do is set it up so that Queen Amidala goes into labor, and he wants to be by her side, but Obi-Wan says, no, I need you to go on this mission. So he makes Anakin go on this mission, and while Anakin's away on this mission, Amidala dies giving birth to Luke and Leia. It pisses Anakin off, and then he fucking wants to kill Obi-Wan. Perfect catalyst for him going to the dark side. He loses Amidala. But no! What did Lucas do? Blink of an eye, he slaughters younglings, and this motherfucker, his whole thing was, oh, I need to save Amidala because she's gonna die. And he fucking chokes her out. And she goes in labor, and she dies having the kids. It was his fault that she died giving birth because he choked her out. He fucking choked her out. They fucking put her in the hospital. She gave birth and she died. It was his fault. It was so fucking stupid. To me, that was the biggest Lucas mistake ever made, was how he did the Vader turn. However, it's Lucas's work. I accept it. I respect the man. Okay? So I'm done with all that shit. So now I want to talk about Episode 7. Episode 7 has so many problems, it's not even funny. It's Star Wars. I gotta go see it. I love seeing Obi-Wan. Not Obi-Wan. I love seeing Chewbacca, Han Solo, Leia. All these people come back. All our friends in Star Wars universe. I think John Boyega was awesome. This is an awesome fucking cast, and the dialogue and the funny parts. Just a bunch of cool stuff. Great special effects. However, there's so many fucking things wrong. First off, there may be people who haven't keyed in on this because they're just too happy because there's a new Star Wars film or whatever. Did you notice that we got news that Lucasfilm, that Lucas sold Lucasfilm to Disney not too long ago? It was a couple years ago. We just heard about this shit. And already there's a fucking movie. Disney literally signed the fucking papers to acquire Lucasfilm, and as soon as they put the pen down, they called up all their producers and they say, write a script, make a Star Wars film now. Because now you have Star Wars. You have the behemoth that is Star Wars. You need to capitalize on what you paid for. You need to make that money. You need to get that Star Wars engine going. As soon as they signed on the dotted line, they greenlit Episode 7. Which I would have been fine with, except they turned down Lucas's script. They turned down Lucas's script. I want you to think about this. Especially you Lucas haters out there. I want you to put yourself in Lucas's shoes. No, even better, I want you to put yourself in Disney's shoes. Okay? So, Lucas created this wonderful universe that we have. This wonderful Star Wars universe. He started this trilogy. You knew there was 9 films. He wrote these 9 films. Years ago, he wrote all 9 movies. Lucas says, here, I'm selling Lucasfilm to you. That means you get Star Wars. That means you can make Star Wars movies now. I'm done. I'm a billionaire. I'm old. I want to sit on the beach, drink Mai Tais. You know, I'm done. Here, it's yours. And here's my scripts for episode 7, 8, and 9. Wouldn't you take those scripts that he wrote and shoot them? Wouldn't you want the continuity that Lucas has provided you? Wouldn't you just finish off the series the way that Lucas wanted it finished? And then go off and do your own thing, your own little rogue thing, or whatever the fuck you want to do? No, Disney said, no, Lucas, fuck you, we don't want to shoot your scripts. And I'm like, what? And I didn't even know this at first. I thought they were shooting Lucas's script. No, they turned him down. And I'm like, how the fuck are you turning Lucas down? He created this goddamn universe. The least you could do is respect the man and shoot 7, 8, 9 that he wrote. You can make little changes here and there, but shoot his fucking script. He created the universe. You are eating because of him. Okay? You got the franchise now. You are going to make millions. Disney Infinity, underwear, Happy Meals, batteries, fucking toys, video games, everything. He sold it to you. You're going to make a ton of money. It's your universe for the rest of fucking eternity. And you can't shoot 7, 8, 9 the way he wanted you to shoot it? Fuck you, Disney. So, okay, so why am I pissed off about this? Okay, so they sign on the dotted line. They start. Get a Star Wars movie made. Just get it done. Quick, go. We got Star Wars. Do episode 7, right? So they do episode 7 in a matter of like 2 years, it seems. And I start watching this movie, and as I'm watching the film, I'm like, they took that from episode 4. They got that from episode 4. Throughout the whole, I'm enjoying it. Oh, that's cool. Oh, this is great. They took that from episode 4. Oh, this is awesome. She said they took this from episode 4. And I'm like, no wonder they got a fucking Star Wars movie made so fast. All they did was they stole episode 4 and remade it. They didn't start from scratch and write a story. Or maybe they did. Maybe they had a baseline. But they took all of these beats from episode 4. I got a fucking list, people. Okay? Episode 4. Luke, a pilot abandoned on the desert planet of Tatooine, meets Obi-Wan, an old man from an old war. Rey, a pilot abandoned on the desert planet of Jakku, meets Han Solo, an old man from an old war. This is in no particular order. Don't. If you've seen the movie, this is in no particular order. By the way, there's spoilers. I forgot to tell you, this thing's full of spoilers. If you ain't seen the movies, don't watch this video till you see the movies. Luke and Han escape Death Star and take on TIE fighters. Rey and Finn escape Jakku on the Falcon and take on TIE fighters. Death Star blows up Alderaan. Death Planet blows up Republic planets. Obi-Wan dies at the hand of Darth Vader, his pupil. Luke screams and escapes. Han Solo dies at the hand of Kylo Ren, his son. Rey screams and escapes. Obi-Wan, the old man from the old war, takes down the shields of the Death Star. Han Solo, the old man from the old war, takes down the shields of the Death Planet's weapon. Darth Vader is searching for stolen Death Star plans. takes Leia to get information on their whereabouts. Kylo Ren is searching for information on Luke Skywalker. Takes Rey to get information on Luke's whereabouts. It's fucking episode 4 remade. Are you kidding me, Disney? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I go see a Star Wars movie and I can't sleep. I'm dreaming about Star Wars. I'm like, oh my God, now I got Battlefront. I can play Battlefront. I can live the Star Wars fantasy. I go see this movie. They put out the fucking special editions. They put out the special editions. And I'm getting lost here. Hold on. They put out the special editions and I fucking watch them. And I'm thinking about Star Wars. I'm dreaming about it. And this episode 7 comes out and it hasn't affected me like the other Star Wars movies. Because instead of being like, oh my God, Star Wars is back, I'm like, they copied episode 4. What the fuck? I want Lucas's script. I want to read Lucas's script. I might actually write a letter in ink and mail it to George Lucas and sign a fucking non-disclosure agreement if he lets me read his script. I have to see what he had planned for episode 7. Because my mind's just going fucking crazy right now. It's just going crazy. So, so I have all those bullet points. I know that's what they did. Some are saying it's a fan service. Fine. I don't want a fan service as a fucking story arc. Fan service to me is having the Millennium Falcon do crazy shit. Should I just jump onto my list of everything else that's wrong with episode 7? Okay, let's get on with that. Before I forget, Kylo Ren came on the scene like a motherfucking badass. The dude said, phew, and stopped. He froze blaster fire. Okay? I was like, oh shit. Tighten your seatbelts, you're in for a ride. This dude's a badass. I'm like, this is gonna be the baddest motherfucking Sith we've ever seen. He froze blaster fire. No Sith has ever done that before. Vader even just blocked it with his hands. Nobody's frozen the shit midair and held it there until he was ready to say, okay, oh my God, Kylo Ren's fucking mad. This is what I said at the opening of the movie. I'm like, oh shit, right? This dude ended up being the worst motherfucking Sith warrior in the history of Star Wars. He's the worst Sith warrior in the Star Wars universe. He's the worst. He's a fucking crybaby. He's a spoiled brat. I'm like, who the fuck is this dude? He did more damage to that fucking computer console than he did anybody he fucking fought. Okay? Let's talk about Rey. Rey is clearly strong with the Force. Okay? We know this. I can accept that. She can fly a starship. She's good with a staff. Kind of like Luke. Remember Luke? He's strong with the Force. He can fly a starship. He's good with blasters. Okay. How in the fuck, with not a fucking ounce of Jedi training, is she doing Jedi mind tricks? Jedi mind tricks are a high level skill for Jedis. Okay? It's probably one of the highest level skills. Controlling somebody to do your shit. Okay? Controlling somebody's mind, making them do your will. That is a high level Jedi skill. That is something you have to learn. You have to learn it. Yeah, maybe if you're strong with the Force, you can hear voices and shit. Use the Force, Luke. Maybe you can see visions. I get that. Okay? But you don't understand what's happening. Leia's been seeing visions ever since fucking Return of the Jedi. And it wasn't until Luke told her that he was her brother that she understood why she was seeing those visions, why she was feeling things. Okay? Leia is strong with the Force. You don't see Leia fucking using Jedi mind tricks. Right? How come she didn't use any Jedi mind tricks with Vader? So, how the fuck, Rey, she's a fucking scavenger on Jakku, okay? And then all of a sudden, she's doing Jedi mind tricks over the course of like 3 days? She's making a stormtrooper fucking do shit? So, how is it that she has these high-level skills now? She has Jedi mind tricks, but she couldn't release herself from that fucking torture chair. Couldn't do it. And somebody's like, it's because she doesn't know how to use the Force that way. Oh, really? Well, how is it that Rey hasn't had any Jedi training whatsoever and she could Force pull a fucking lightsaber out of the snow? Please tell me this. No training whatsoever. Another high-level Jedi skill. This is shit that Luke didn't learn until Empire, and even in Empire, he wasn't that great with it. Think about this. Luke, who was arguably the best Jedi in the fucking universe. He's the baddest motherfucking Jedi. Arguably. You could argue Obi-Wan, you could argue Windu, you could argue Yoda, Darth Vader. You can throw all kinds. It could be a great conversation. But Luke is a bad motherfucker, okay? He did not learn Force pull until Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back was supposed to be like, I don't know what the time frame, but there was a huge time frame between The New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. And he had to learn Force pull on his own. But he had already gotten the basics from Obi-Wan. Think about this. When he, at the end of the fucking A New Hope, he can hear Obi-Wan. He started learning how to reflect blaster fire. But that was it. And he used the Force to fire that shit into the exhaust of the Death Star. But he only had what Obi-Wan left him. He didn't have anybody to train him. So on his own, he learned how to Force pull. But it took him fucking, I'm not even going to say years, it took him months before he learned how to Force pull. Right? So then he goes to Yoda, does all the Yoda training, and he's having trouble, so he can Force pull, but he's having trouble holding several objects up at once. And by the time Return of the Jedi came along, which is supposed to be another huge time span, and this time he's gotten trained by Yoda, he's able to do Jedi mind tricks. Okay? So, 6 years it took Luke in movie timeline before he could do Jedi mind tricks. We go, and within an hour and a half of fucking episode 7, Rey's doing Jedi mind tricks. She's fucking, at the 2-hour point, she's doing Jedi Force pulls. I'm not going to stop there, okay? Let's see. Kylo was able to freeze blaster fire, right? He was able to reflect blaster fire with his lightsaber. How the fuck did he get shot by Chewbacca? So Kylo Ren's supposed to be this badass motherfucker, right? You've seen what he can do at the beginning of the movie. He can fucking freeze an entire... Like, we've never seen a Jedi freeze an entire body like that. Like, boom! Like, you're stiff. Like, if Vader used that power in Empire, they wouldn't need to freeze Han in fucking... whatever the fuck it was called. They wouldn't need to do that. Carbonite. Vader could just okay. Not only was he able to freeze Rey like stiff as a board, he did something to her brain and knocked her out without even touching her. It's okay. Kylo's a fucking badass, right? Let's see it. Let's see what he can do. Chewbacca shoots him. He doesn't sense, he doesn't hear the Chewbacca shoot him. He doesn't sense that the blaster's coming toward him, and it hits him. Chewbacca literally could have killed Kylo Ren if he'd shot him in the head or the chest. Shoot, done, movie's over. So if you're such a badass, how the fuck you let Chewbacca shoot you? I don't get it. Vader wouldn't have let that happen. Luke wouldn't let it happen. Obi-Wan wouldn't let it happen. Darth Maul wouldn't let it happen. Qui-Gon, Yoda, the Emperor, Count Dooku. None of these motherfuckers would let you shoot them with a blaster. Are you kidding me? Anakin was so badass that if you shot him in the back with a blaster, he'd still fucking reflect that shit with his fucking saber. And you mean to tell me Kylo Ren, this guy that can do all this shit, freeze blaster fire, grab people and just read their minds and knock them out and do all this shit, he didn't see Chewie shooting him? Are you fucking kidding me? In that huge open area? You didn't hear, pew! You didn't hear that? And I think his sword was already out. It was already turned on from killing Han Solo. I'm like, what the fuck? How did he get shot? I'm sitting in the theater. How did he get shot? Okay, so he gets shot, right? Kylo Ren meets Finn and Rey in this cold, windy, snowy forest. Kylo Ren pulls out his badass saber and he fights Finn, a stormtrooper who clearly has blaster skills, can't fight worth shit, got his ass kicked by a stormtrooper, almost killed. Okay, he had the lightsaber. Stormtrooper had some weird fucking gun that turned into a Tonfu. Almost got killed. Can't pilot anything. Okay, he was mostly there for comic relief. He was like the C-3PO of this movie because he was there for comic relief. He was fucking hilarious. He was great. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sorry. The dude is a fucking stormtrooper. Do you mean to tell me a fucking stormtrooper can cut a Jedi? A fucking stormtrooper cut Kylo Ren's arm. He sliced his fucking arm. How does that happen in the Star Wars universe? Disney, what the fuck? JJ, I love you. What the fuck? How does a stormtrooper cut a fucking Jedi? Or a Jedi in training for all you motherfuckers who want to be accurate. How does that happen? Oh, okay. Whatever. Maybe he got lucky. Maybe Kylo's hurting from when Chewie shot him. And he dropped his guard down. Okay, I'll give you that. Okay. Then he fights Rey. So the lightsaber's sticking in the snow. Rey's untrained. She doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Okay? She might as well be on her period for the first time. She doesn't know what the fuck is going on. All this shit's happening to her. What the fuck, right? She decides all of a sudden, in the darkest hour, that she can force pull. So, Kylo is trying to force pull the fucking lightsaber out of the snow. You know, Kylo Ren, the guy who froze the blaster fire, the guy who can freeze people's bodies. He's trying to force pull the lightsaber, and Rey gets it. She force pulls it. With the quickness. Luke didn't know how to do this shit till Empire. This girl, 2 days into the fucking adventure, and she can force pull a lightsaber out of the snow. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Not only that, she sliced the fuck out of Kylo Ren. She cut this motherfucker up. She cut his leg. She cut his fucking hand. She jacked up his lightsaber. And then she sliced him across his face. All she had to do was shoot, slice down the ground, she would have killed Kylo Ren. Are you fucking kidding me? Somebody who's strong with the Force nearly kills Kylo Ren, a Jedi, a Sith in fucking training? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking... Kylo Ren got trained by Luke Skywalker and this fucking big Martian dude called Snoke. He got trained by the dark side and the light, and this motherfucker almost got killed by Rey, who doesn't know tit turd about what it being a Jedi is. Are you kidding me? I'm sitting in the theater, I'm like, oh my fucking God. What? Right? I wait the whole movie for one thing. It was one thing I needed to not only see, but like I'm watching this scene, I'm watching this fight scene between Kylo and Rey, and I'm like, please, just show up, Luke, just show up. I wanted Luke to show up and go, jump, 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 you're not ready. Be gone. I needed that. I needed Luke Skywalker. Come on, JJ and you motherfuckers. I needed Luke Skywalker to show up when Rey and Finn were getting their asses beat. I needed Luke Skywalker to show up and be like, with his green lightsaber. You're not ready, nephew. Back off. I needed to see that. That would have been so fucking awesome if that happened. If Luke just showed up. I would have fucking died. I would have passed out in the theater if that happened. I was like, oh, it's going to happen. Luke's going to show up because it's 2 hours and 10 minutes and still no Luke. So he's going to show up and kick this dude's ass, right? Because he fucking sucks. Luke Skywalker could have beat, Empire Luke could have beat Kylo Ren in a fucking fight. Empire Luke that went up against Vader in the Cloud City could have beat Kylo. Could have just fucking destroyed Kylo. Young Obi-Wan would have fucking destroyed Kylo. All of the fucking younglings probably could have kicked his ass. He fucking sucks. Now I know they hinted at the end, the Martian said he needs to complete his training. Okay? But I'm sorry, you freezing blaster fire and you got this badass fucking saber that you created. He's well into the training, okay? Well beyond where Luke was in fucking Empire. Well beyond. He was probably where Luke was in fucking Return of the Jedi before he fucking defeated Vader. So I'm like, I'm glad I don't have any here because I'm like, I'm sitting in the theater and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Is this dude that bad? He's fucking sucks. Destroying computers with his lights. I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit? It was funny the first time he did it, but then he did it again. I'm like, what is wrong with this kid? And, okay. Here's another thing. You've seen Return of the Jedi. I hope you see Return of the Jedi. Supposedly, after the Return of the Jedi, the entire Empire fell. The Emperor was dead. Vader was gone. There's no more Death Stars. All the fucking Star Destroyers blew up. The fucking Super Star Destroyer fell into the Death Star. Millions of fucking Imperial troops died. But this new order, over a period of 30 years, supposedly, this new order rose from the ashes. And now they had the resources to convert an entire motherfucking planet into a Death Star? You pretty much had to start with a clean slate. You rose from the ashes and you had the resources to convert a planet into the worst fucking abomination of a Death Star ever made. This motherfucking Death Star can destroy 4 or 5 planets at a time at long range. Who the fuck is Snoke? Who is Snoke? How the fuck do Sith just, like, apparently, after 30 years, Luke is still the only Jedi, and he decides to train his nephew. Because there's no other Jedis in the fucking universe but him, so he has to train other people, right? Where the fuck did Snoke? Obviously, Snoke is a Sith. Where did he come from? The Emperor didn't have anybody else. He had fucking Maul, he had Dooku, he had Vader, and then that was it. After that, he's dead. 30 years pass and fucking this fucking giant Martian appears out of nowhere? And he's like, how did he pull fucking Kylo into the dark side? Luke is training Kylo in some rebel base somewhere. Just him and fucking Luke, and this Martian was able to pull this dude into the dark side? Are you fucking kidding me? And how the fuck do you kill Han Solo? You don't kill Han Solo, I'm sorry. I understand that you need deaths and shit in the movie to ignite an emotional response in people. I get that, I get death, I understand. But no, you don't kill fucking Han Solo. Especially in episode 7. No. I don't want fucking Rey flying the Millennium Falcon. I want Han and Chewie at those fucking controls. Millennium Falcon is still the baddest ship in the motherfucking... And when I say the baddest ship in the motherfucking universe, I mean every universe. Star Wars, Star Trek, I don't give a fuck what universe is. This is the baddest motherfucking ship ever made. And I'll tell you something a lot of people don't realize about, like, I know there's a lot of people out there that love the Millennium Falcon. But I'll tell you, there's something that people just don't... people don't realize why they like the Millennium Falcon. The design of this thing is so simple, it's not even funny. It's a perfect circle with a couple triangles in the front, right? Do you know why everybody likes the Millennium Falcon? Well, I'm going to tell you why I like the Millennium Falcon. You know why I think this is the baddest motherfucking ship in the fucking universe? It's a flying saucer. I'm going to cover up these things with my fingers. The Millennium Falcon is a flying motherfucking saucer. Has anybody, like, hip themselves to this? It's a flying saucer. That's what the Millennium Falcon is. It's a flying saucer. It's fucking badass. The maneuvers they can do with this thing. It's a fucking circle. The dude that designed this is a genius. He drew a circle, and he drew a couple, try some triangles, whatever up here. There's the ship. And you know what else is amazing about this ship? Is that the cockpit is on the right side. It's not centered. Do you know what it must be like flying this thing? You're in the cockpit, you have no wings, nothing over here, and your entire ship is to the left, and you have to navigate from this. That's insane. It's the baddest motherfucking ship in the universe. If they made a trilogy with nothing but Han Solo doing maneuvers with the Millennium Falcon, I would be there day one for every movie. So there's theories. There's theories out there that Rey is Luke's daughter. Luke is a Jedi to the core. Jedis are not supposed to have sex. Dinner with women. A Jedi does not. Period. Dinner with women. A Jedi does not. That is the way of the Jedi. It's just... Jedis aren't supposed to be fucking. Anakin had sex, but Anakin was a loose cannon. Jedis aren't supposed to be fucking. They can drink alcohol. They're not supposed to have sex. So unless you're more of a hardcore fan than I am, and you know it's for a fact that they are allowed to have sex, let me know. But, okay, who was Luke fucking? If it's Luke's daughter, who the fuck was he fucking? You're just gonna leave that out of the story? I don't think Rey is Luke's daughter. I think she's somebody very important, but I don't think... I'm starting to think, because... And they said in the movie that the way they get stormtroopers now is they take them at birth. And they got black stormtroopers. They got just people now. They take them at birth and they raise them. What if Finn is Lando Calrissian's son? What if they stole Finn from Lando Calrissian and turned him into a stormtrooper? What if in the next movie, because you know Finn's already good with the fucking blaster, he's with the fucking Resistance now. What if they teach him how to fly? And he becomes the baddest motherfucking pilot in the universe, even badder than fucking Poe. Poe's a fucking badass, but what if? There's a lot of what ifs. There's a lot of possibilities for episode 8 and 9. But please, Disney JJ, do not make Episode 8 a remake of Return of Empire Strikes Back with her getting training from Luke. Don't do that shit. Don't do that for the rest of these movies, because I will be utterly fucking pissed off. So yeah, it's Episode 7. It's a Star Wars movie. You gotta see it. It's entertaining. You're gonna enjoy it. I enjoyed it. But the movie is filled with fucking problems, and it was a Disney cash grab. Disney should have did Lucas's scripts, and if they didn't want to do Lucas's script, then take some fucking time and develop a proper Star Wars movie. Don't steal from fucking A New Hope. Don't tell Lucas you don't want to use his scripts and then steal from A New Hope. Because that's what you did. Shame on you. Peace out.